What if superpowers weren't fiction? What if they already existed, all around us? On this planet, there are animals that can generate electricity, become nearly invisible, and even calculate physics in real time without ever going to school. These abilities aren't imagined. They're the result of millions of years of evolution, refining biology into something that almost feels engineered. Let's count down 10 animals with real superpowers, explained by science. At number 10 is a creature that turned its entire body into a living battery, the electric eel. Inside its body are specialized cells called electrocytes, stacked like rows of tiny biological batteries. When activated together, they release a powerful electrical discharge that can reach up to 600 volts. That's not just for defense. It uses low voltage pulses constantly to sense its environment, detecting movement in the dark, murky water where vision is almost useless. Then when it's time to hunt, it sends out rapid bursts of electricity that force nearby muscles to contract involuntarily. In other words, it can remotely control the movement of its prey. At number 9 is an animal that doesn't just hide, it transforms. The octopus. Its skin contains chromatophores, tiny pigment sacs that expand and contract to change color instantly. Beneath those are layers that reflect light, allowing it to shift brightness and even mimic textures like rock, coral, or sand. What makes this even more impressive is how quickly it happens. In a fraction of a second, an octopus can go from fully visible to almost indistinguishable from its surroundings. And this isn't just visual trickery. Its nervous system is distributed throughout its body, meaning parts of it can react and adjust independently. It's not just camouflage. It's a decentralized system responding in real time. At number 8 is a reptile that appears to ignore gravity, at least for a few seconds. The basilisk lizard. When threatened, it sprints across the surface of water using its powerful hind legs. Each step is fast and forceful, pushing down hard enough to create pockets of air beneath its feet. Those air pockets give it just enough lift to stay above the surface before gravity catches up. But it's a delicate balance. Speed, angle, and timing all have to align perfectly. Slow down even slightly, and it sinks. It's not walking on water. It's exploiting physics at its limits. At number 7 is an animal that communicates and hunts using moving light. The cuttlefish. Its skin can produce shifting waves of color that ripple across its body like a living screen. These patterns can signal aggression, attract mates, or disorient prey. Some cuttlefish even use a tactic where they display one pattern on one side of their body and a completely different one on the other, meaning it could send 2 different messages at the same time, depending on who's looking. Its control over light and pattern is so precise that it can imitate shadows and depth, not just blending in, but actively manipulating perception. At number 6 is a creature that survives by nearly disappearing. The glass squid. Its body is almost entirely transparent, allowing light to pass through it rather than reflect off of it. In the deep ocean, where light is scarce, that makes it incredibly difficult to detect. But complete transparency creates a problem. Eyes. Eyes need to capture light, which makes them visible. So the glass squid evolved an unusual solution. One eye faces upward, scanning for silhouettes against faint light from above. The other faces forward, searching the darkness. 2 eyes performing completely different tasks, optimized for survival, in a place where visibility means vulnerability. At number 4 is an insect that doesn't rely on size to defend itself, the bullet ant. Its sting delivers a neurotoxin that overwhelms the nervous system, creating an intense, radiating pain that can last for hours. Unlike many stings that fade away quickly, this one lingers, affecting how nerves send signals to the brain. It's not about causing damage, it's about creating a lasting deterrent. It's a clear message to anything that gets too close. At number 4 is a hunter that solves a problem most humans don't even think about, the archerfish. When it shoots a jet of water at prey above the surface, it has to account for how light bends when it passes from air into water. That bending distorts the position of what it sees, yet the archerfish constantly hits its target. It instinctively adjusts its aim, compensating for refraction with remarkable accuracy. This isn't trial and error, it's built-in calculation, a biological solution to a physics problem. At number 3 is an animal that turns gravity into a weapon, the peregrine falcon. When it dives toward prey, it can reach speeds over 200 miles per hour, making it the fastest animal on Earth. Its body is streamlined to reduce air resistance, and its nostrils are especially shaped to manage airflow at extreme speeds. At that velocity, even the small miscalculation would be dangerous, but it maintains control, adjusting its wings and trajectory with precision. It's not just speed, it's controlled acceleration combined with accuracy. At number 2 is an insect that changes how light interacts with its body, the golden tortoise beetle. Its outer layer can shift between a reflective metallic gold and a transparent appearance. This change doesn't come from pigment. It comes from microscopic structures that alter how light is reflected. By adjusting moisture levels within its shell, it changes its optical properties, essentially controlling how it's seen. It's not just changing color, it's changing perception itself. At number 1 is a snake that doesn't just slither, it flies. Meet the flying snake. Found in the forests of Southeast Asia, this snake has figured out how to do something snakes were never meant to do: leave the ground. When it wants to travel or escape a predator, it climbs to the top of a tree, launches itself into the air, and then transforms its entire body. It flattens its ribs outward, turning its body into a kind of wing, and then starts to move, not falling, gliding. It undulates side to side, creating lift and steering itself through the air. It can travel over 300 feet in a single glide. That's the length of a football field. Mid-air, it can even turn, adjust direction, and land exactly where it wants. No wings, no feathers, no problem. While most snakes are stuck on the ground, this one took evolution and went airborne. When you look at these animals, it becomes clear nature doesn't just adapt, it engineers solutions. Electricity, camouflage, speed, precision. Each one is a response to a problem refined over millions of years. And there are still countless species out there with abilities we have yet to discover.